Hello and welcome back to Advent of Tess. Today is day 18 and we are folding closed triangle stars gapped. So we're using closed triangles to make these stars. We do have options for layering these guys since it's so densely crunched together. And we've got our rhombi on the back side providing the gap between repetitions of these stars. So let's go ahead and jump into the folding. I'm going to start with a closed hexagon twist on the front. As we have been for many of our tessellations. Bring it all in, get it down on the page, and grab and rotate it around. Looks a little crunchy until we flatten it out and all is well. I'm going to double check, and it did come out clean on the back. So I'll use my bone folder and flatten everything so my folds are nice and crisp. So here's where we get into the density. I'm going to take my hexagon and lift a pleat and fold my hexagon in half. So I'm taking my hexagon in half, lifting a pleat to fold it down. Then I'm going to say, okay, I need some space to put this next twist. I originally have my valley fold in here from this original mountain. My next valley is going to be one spacing further and my mountain one away from that. So this is one spacing denser than a tube pleat. Since we're doing closed triangles, we have our target grid intersection where our drawn mountain runs into the mountain from the hexagon. This is two spacings from the corner of the hexagon twist. Once we have our target intersection, we'll set up our triangle twist and squash it before we open our hexagon back up to cover the triangle. Then we're going to take the next pleat of the hexagon, flip that hexagon in half again, and do the same thing. So two spaces out from the corner of the hexagon, I'm going to find my three-way intersection for my closed triangle twist. This is causing a pleat overlap here. We're just keeping the pleat from the previous triangle closed. And since we're putting the rhombi on the opposite side, that's exactly how we want the overlap to be. Then we'll open back up, rotate around, pick the next pleat up, fold the hexagon in half, go two spacings out from the corner of the hexagon, grab that point, put in a closed triangle twist, again with a pleat overlap right at its corner. And you guessed it, we're going to do it again. We're going to open our hexagon back out, rotate, take the next pleat, fold that hexagon in half again, two spacings out from the corner of the hexagon, we're going to put in a closed triangle twist. We'll have the pleat overlap right next to that twist. Squash it, open the hexagon, rotate again, split that hexagon in half, making space for us to put in our closed triangle twist without working under existing pleats. Now we've just got one triangle left, and we're going to do basically the same thing. So we don't have a pleat going all the way down, but we can still split the hexagon and the triangle below it in half. Set up our next triangle twist, and this time I want to reverse the pleat ordering. I want to run my new pleat through first and my old pleat through second, and squash my new triangle so that all of my overlaps can be exactly the same. Then I open my hexagon back out, and I've got my whole closed triangle star completed. Flipping over to the back, I find my overlaps, and just like yesterday's tessellation, we're going to open these overlaps to put in closed rhombi. And you might be tempted to say, well, what if we wanted to put in open rhombi? And that's a discussion for day 24. So we'll get these closed rhombi into place one at a time in whatever order. And one by one they go in. And if you need an extra cue for seeing the rhombi, then the valley of the new diagonal goes straight to the corner. And we can have the mountain next to it. The through line is on a different direction. And there we have it. Closed triangle, stars gapped. So I had mentioned that there were some layering options for this. Let's explore what those are. So I like to have the triangles under the hexagon, but you might like to have the triangles over the hexagon. And you can choose this whenever. You can see I'm doing this even after everything has been folded. And that's a fun result too. You could also do like some other pattern, like every other one is under. Makes it a little hard to get in place, but you could totally do that too. So lots of options when you have layers to play with. And I hope you enjoy closed triangle stars. We'll come back tomorrow and do the same thing, but with the rhombi on the front. So see you then. Happy folding. And don't forget to use #AdventOfTess.